Alright, this is the second video of the day. Probably got one, I know I got one more on the way, and that's the climb from 1,000 to 1,500, but that's coming up momentarily. Uh, Crash of the Titans here is with 4-star Thanos, Infinity War, or Endgame, black, blue, and green user. The only colors he has in common with his 5-star and 3-star counterpart are black and green, and they obviously do different things. So the black ability, this costs 9. It deals damage to the target, and it will do additional damage if there are any allies on the target's team that happen to be heroes. Then the blue ability, this is a passive. Anytime there's at least, I think it's 3 or more strike, attack, or protect tiles on the board, Thanos will convert one of them to a basic tile and then convert some number of tiles uh, into green basic tiles. And then finally, his green ability, Mad Titan's Mercy, this costs 12, destroys half the tiles on the board, so it's 32 tiles on the board, randomly, of course. It will deal damage according to the number of tiles that are destroyed. There's a cap to it. I think it's like 6,000 if I'm not mistaken. Might be a little bit more than that there, but it can get annoying though, especially if you're pairing him up with Polaris and Beta Ray Bill. But obviously he's a villain, so it's whatever. So now we got Hawkeye Ronin, green, red, and purple user. His green ability costs 6. It deals damage to the target, and if it happens to down the target, then it will do an additional amount of damage to the next standing target, and then if that happens to down the target, it will do damage to the next standing target. So it's a flat damage move. You know, it'll do, I think at my level it's like 6,700 damage. Oh, 5,090. I don't know where I got the 6,000 from. Must be thinking about other characters. But anyway, I think it'll just do just chain damage if you want to think about it like that. Brutal technique. This is Hawkeye's passive ability. If Hawkeye happens to match a red tile, then he will create a 2 red attack tiles on the board. And then if he happens to have attack tiles on the board and he makes the match again and it gives him at least 4 attack tiles, then he'll make some of the attack tiles a little bit stronger, and you know, do his thing. Yeah. So it was red match, black attack tiles. If you meet the threshold, he'll get them a little bit stronger. And then finally, disabling blow. This costs 11. It does damage to the target and then stuns them for 3 turns, and then it creates a 1-turn countdown tile. So it's essentially a 3-turn stun that, as long as the countdown tile is on the board, you know, it will stun them each additional turn. So, but if the countdown tile isn't on the board, then you know, then they'll wake up. His affiliations are Heroes, Avengers, And what was it? Team Cap? No, just Heroes and Avengers. Okay. As far as boosts go, you know, boost up your purple, boost up your green, or boost up your red. Well, you don't really need to boost up your red because it's really a passive. Uh, but purple, purple, blue, green, green, black. The main thing you don't want to do, you don't want to have too many special tiles on the board for Thanos to convert on the board. So try to avoid matching red as much as you can. Uh, Make sure Thanos doesn't get green. Make sure he doesn't get black because his black is gonna hurt somewhat. If Thanos does happen to get green and you don't happen to and you don't have special tiles on the board, it's not going to do uh as much damage, but it'll put you flat-footed to say the least. As I always do, gonna be quiet and let the animations go. And yeah, there's Thanos down in a nutshell. It's like, even though, yeah, he converted a few of my tiles on the board to green basic tiles, you know, still a relatively straightforward fight. As far as to whom to pair Hawkeye up with, again, anybody that has a red ability that you don't mind uh, chasing after. So someone like well, with that, not necessarily a red, but with the countdown tile, the the 4-star version of Captain Marvel. Is again, if you match the red tiles, it's gonna make stronger attack tiles. And again, while the 3-turn countdown tile, that ability happens to cost 11, you can still sort of kind of manipulate things to make things a little bit stronger. Um, as far as red users go in 4-star land, again, your Cyclops, your Deadpools, your Luke Cages, Hulk Busters, Novas, Peggy Carter, so on and so forth. Anybody that got a pretty good red, you can pair them up with Hawkeye. If you happen to need purple, you can pair them up with 3-star Scarlet Witch to accelerate purple. Though, with his purple, it's not a random stun unlike Wanda's, so you got that in mind. I mean, like, could you pair him up with Echo? I mean, you could, but the thing though behind that, is that with Maya, is like there's certain colors that he'll tank over her. Specifically, well, there won't be any color conflicts with Black. Red, well, since red is her strongest color, you might be able to get away with that there. Uh, purple, purple they'll essentially be quote unquote tied at 370, though depending on who you put in what slot, you could quote unquote break that tie. But where I have it at, it'd be Hawkeye would have the purple, uh, Maya would have black, and I want to say that he might actually be stronger than her in red, because hers is 91, and if I can find him, I just seen him 396. So yeah, so if Maya can get her around 300 or so, yeah, she would start tanking over red with him. But again, that's another story for another time. Let's see here. The next Curse of the Titans coming up in 4 days, 15 hours as of recording will be Lockjaw. So we got him. I'm trying to remember who was his opponent. And we'll deal with that there. Well, that's something the future me has to worry about in the next 4 days or so. So that's gonna end this video here. We'll take a little quick intermission, and go and start on this this next climb here, and then of course Beta Ray build. Well, that's gonna be on my own time. So